Harshit, listen. You know what? Today I was actually reading a quote. It's about a leader will not just show you the path, but will walk with you. And that quote really made me think about our life at IIRM here.
I mean, if you think about it, Shanti, it is about one thing, reading about strategy in a textbook, and it is a whole different vibe when it comes to seeing it in person actually happening in real life.
Exactly right. And that's why today we are so excited to our podcast, The B Cube, Build, Dimag, or Discussions, where our mentors will become our life coaches.
So, I just want to give a small brief about today's guest. We are talking about someone who has started as a mechanical engineer, has completed his master's, and earned a PhD. He has also been associated with World Bank and also Asian Development Bank. There are many names we read in economic classes as well.
Yeah. He has truly seen a lot, man, like right from corporate meetings to both classrooms and all. He had almost got over like more than 3 decades of experience in this industry. And he's also a professor of risk management, strategy, marketing, and whatnot, everything. He's a great wizard. And I'm really excited to welcome him to the podcast. Let's welcome our principal of IIRM, Dr. VVK Mohan, sir.
Thank you for being here today, sir. It's my pleasure. Let's just jump right into the podcast and let's talk about the main topic that we are here in IIR today, which is insurance. I wanted to start this podcast with the topic of insurance as we are here speaking about the topic of insurance every day, and even in the perspective of general public, all they think about is insurance is just heaps of paperwork and just sales. So, as you have been in this space of insurance for almost a decade, what would you like to tell us about the insurance industry in depth?
Okay, let's look at it from whose perspective the industry is all about. Okay, I would like to focus on the Gen Z. Okay, who would like to look at this industry and what sort of perspective they will have? Okay.
Yes.
Like what you said, yes, the common misnomer or people will misunderstand insurance is something to do with carrying a bag, asking whether you take a policy or something. Honestly speaking, that's a very, very, very small part of the entire activity that goes behind insurance activity. And if you take it today the insurance is growing leaps and bounds, where the vision that our regulator has, the IRDA has, insurance for all, okay, that requires a huge amount of human resource, okay. And if you take recently, the Parliament has approved changes in the Act, and which will use a scope for foreign investment, and also a lot of regulations are getting changed to have ease of operations and also be very customer centric. So once you have these in place, and it's going all InsurTech down the line for all these people, which means there is a capability related tech, there is a capability related people related with strategy, planning, execution, and also marketing and curation of product and product development. Tell me what not, if your domain of interest is any one of these areas, I am sure you will find one. And this is one such area where we are actually handling risk for other sectors. Therefore, now here you are having a possibility of having a risk-free career. So for Gen Z, you have a different kind of an options available in front of you. And I think they should definitely look at this option of being in the insurance industry with much more seriousness. My suggestion is that anyone who is having this kind of a doubt and element, go and connect with the people in the industry. Then they will realize their own experience, what has been their background, what have been their career graphs, what are their earnings and all that. And that will really astonish them, because the turnaround stories of people who from a very small, humble beginning, with hardly any great qualification behind, are manning industries. And it is also giving a huge scope for being an entrepreneur. I mean, we find so many people starting their own small ventures in this sector. So it addresses both. You can be on your own if you want to be, or you can help somebody else to be there as your own career or somebody else. So that's what my take is on insurance. I think you are also there, you must be having some clue about it, right? And so you may say, what's your view on that? How do you it? What is your view on it?
I definitely agree with every single bit that you have said. And honestly, prior joining IIRM also, I had a similar take when it comes to the insurance concept as well. Even I was thinking insurance is mostly sales, people just coming to other people's home and trying to sell the policy. But after stepping into IIRL, I understood there is way more to know about the insurance, such as when it comes to underwriting or claims management, risk management, as you have mentioned. It is there is so much to learn and also grow in the space of insurance. And Shramati, why don't you add some more?
Yeah, definitely. After listening to this, definitely management students' point of view will change about the whole concept of insurance. Personally, I see insurance as a very interesting subject because it is a part of my undergraduation as well. So to study, to learn more and to start a career with, I would say insurance is really the best option because as we take the responsibility and we provide protection to the people. Sir, also, I want to just now doubt about it. And apart from the student's perspective, if we have to take the consumer's point of view, let's say, they will think that because, for example, if we take many such companies will follow this aggressive sales technique where those people will not exactly try to deliver what the policy is required for, and then they just directly jump into sales to meet the target. So, if you get a chance to reintroduce the whole concept of insurance in the industry, how would that be to just avoid all misconceptions?
Well, the misconceptions, I try to be very clear. Let me be very clear. Not only, so only insurance you have this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You take doctors who misguide you for unwanted operations and all that. So it's more of an individual issue. However, the progressive way of what to teach them regularly, upskill them and all that, what will happen, people in the field will be able to manage the customers or the people, the public at large with a lot more better information. Apart from that, what at each level individually we need to do, when we meet people, let's not look at it, what I will get out of the conversation, but definitely educate them in terms of what is insurance, what they need to look when they are actually picking up a policy. Obviously, a person may not disclose everything, but it is your equal responsibility that you should ask all the questions. So you should make them aware what questions to ask. So if you enable the customer, I think the process becomes good.
Yes.
So the main thing is strengthen him with knowledge. And today, I think a lot of people are fairly aware. And now you have Google search has become minimal. The AI is everything them. So they will definitely know what are the pitfalls or what good or what bad. And that should help the customers in terms of doing that. So reintroducing the entire insurance in the concept for people would be more in terms of how do I align to the customers more rather than my interest. In fact, if you look at it, the entire policy change is happening now. Both the government as well as the regulator are trying to look at how it can be more of customer centricism. How do we help them to know more? How do they get the best out of this so-called policy which they have taken in terms of, honestly, I don't want anybody to go for a claim. But these are unfortunate situations where you go about it. But definitely it mitigates your risk to a lot of extent. So that's the way I would like to educate the customers in terms of risk perception and make them aware the possibilities how to mitigate risk, in which insurance is one of the tools available.
Yes. So after listening to this, we can understand that we are already getting trained for that thing, and after going to industry, maybe we will take a part and help people to understand and align their goals well.
So,
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir.
And sir, I would like to ask a fun question, if you see that day. what would be the one food item that you would like to choose that you are willing to eat for the rest of your life?
I don't have anything like that. Definitely cereals are good. We eat rice or anything for the rest of the life. Okay. There knows one particular item, but of course, I mean, food item is also fruits.
So during your childhood, what's your most favorite food item? I mean, we have chocolates, obviously, so for sure.
No. I mean, I was never so keen on chocolates. Okay, so the food item is what my mother used to make. That's what my best food item. Any sweet make my mother's is the food best.
That's good, sir. Obviously, no food can beat mom's food. We totally agree. So now moving next to the most important topic, and which the topic which you're more familiar with, marketing. So we have known that you have lots and lots of experience in the marketing field. So now, if you try to compare the scenario, like when you have entered into the marketing field and the right now scenario, what changes you actually see and the difficulties what you have faced?
Okay, two things. When we were in the, if you take about 2 decades back, like I was just mentioning just now, the customers' awareness was less.
Yeah.
Okay. Today what's happening, the information explosion which is there, every customer has already made certain aspects about what to buy, what not to buy,
Yes, sir.
what to know and what not to know, what to believe and what not to believe. So given this space, if it's more challenging, for how do you reach to the customer with the right kind of an input that you want to actually make him believe in? That's a challenge. Because if you go, let's say, today I want to buy something, let's even an insurance policy. Now I just go onto the Google or they ask, compare this policy with 3 companies. They give some data. So I need to pick up one from that. How far I am correct in just believing what is coming to me is right. That is where we need to come into picture as a marketer. To tell you and give him the right kind of an input. Okay, and then tell him this is where you need to look at it. Well, these are all, if you take any internet, AI, all that, what you feed in comes out better, that's all. So if there is a problem with the input, there is definitely a problem with the output. So given that scenario, today marketing has changed from broad whatever media we have, but where we reaching out to the customers has become more through social media. Okay, and then little certain specifics, depending on the nature of your customers. If your customer profile is more to look at the, what do you call, the affordable community. Let's say, right from the age of 21, 22 to about 40, their behavior has changed a lot. Their outlook preferences have changed a lot. So, and where they are available is also different. So, you need to see how you can tag them wherever you can catch them. That's what you call where are the customer touch points. Yes. You try to reach out to them and make your so-called communication or your presentation or offering there. And keep your fingers crossed because he will listen to you so well or ultimately pick up something else.
Yes, sir, definitely.
So that's the challenge we have. And how do you minimize the disappointment as a marketer?
Yes. So I think by now we can understand like how exactly sir teaches so much complicated stuff into a very easy and understandable way. It's a great experience, sir.
And also, as we all know, you are also a business owner of a marketing and a consulting firm. What would you say one of the strategies or approach that you have taken for your client or in a client basically, where you felt this approach or strategy was fascinates you till date? Like this is what I did and I'm very proud of this strategy that I've come up with.
Well, I can't make it public.
But maybe if you try to do a gist of it to the...
It's nothing very great. Okay, what I tell how do you approach is different. Normally, it's very simple. Whenever you reach a customer or anything, you understand the customer. Fundamentally spend a lot of time in knowing the customer. Many people, they don't do that. They think they just, by meeting, say, and connecting with him, you know the customer. You don't know the customer. I'm not on customer in the physical sense as a unit. I'm talking about the business entity. He's the customer. Very rare we will have an individual where you do one-on-one marketing activity. These are all B2B. Because all services being consulting or marketing related, advertising, or anywhere. The principle is very simple. Don't be eager to put what you want before them at the first instance.
Yes.
That's a simple principle. And always try to be on their side rather than your side. Give their interest more important than your interest. Obviously, when we interact with customers, we would like to see that they buy my product. And there may be many situations where the customer may not be able to take your product. Let's accept that fact.
Yes, sir.
Okay? That's the reality. Once you have that, then what you need to do? Help him to get a better choice. So whatever they are, you build a relationship with the customer, where he knows that here is one entity or an individual who is walking along with me in terms of my choices and my problems, my need resolutions, in which your product is one. Once you get that confidence, that's really there with you.
Yes.
And that's what has been my track record. I have not lost any one customer.
Well, it's actually very interesting and fascinating to know about that. And maybe that's why customer satisfaction plays a key role in such a
Satisfaction is
Yes.
important. How do you bring it? It's not the value proposition you're going to give.
Yes.
No. It's how you deal with it.
I mean, I understand mainly that what a key factor is about patience mainly. So it takes a few minutes to listen and actually understand, then rather just putting forward what you have and trying to sell it to the customer or potential consumer.
That's what I was trying. I'm trying, you don't be eager. I mean, let it happen. It will happen. Because if you spend time in knowing the customer more, then you exactly will know how to place your product before him.
Yes, sir.
Right? It's not just the product, your product you buy. No, it doesn't happen. So that's what you need to do. Well, like patient does come, think, okay, then slowly you'll get the knack of understanding in the shortest possible time.
Yes.
So initially a lot of patience. I do agree.
Yes.